There is a tragedy that looks like success. You work harder than anyone. You arrive first. You leave last. You wear your exhaustion like a trophy. But deep down, you know something is wrong. You aren't moving forward. You are just compensating for a problem that was solved 50 years ago. That story begins decades ago. The year was 1952. In a bustling corner of Chicago, there was a baker named Elias. Elias was a man of the old world. He didn't trust shortcuts. He trusted pain. He arrived at 3 a.m. The air in his kitchen was thick with flour and the smell of burning wood. But Elias had a secret problem. His central oven, a massive cast-iron beast, was broken. The thermostat was shattered. The heat distribution was a disaster. The left side burned everything in minutes. The right side stayed ice cold. Elias had enough money to buy 10 new ovens, but he refused. "Machines make men lazy," he said. "I will tame the fire with my own hands." So, he invented a dance. Every 8 minutes, Elias would sprint to the oven. He would pull out the heavy trays, rotate them, shifting rack after rack. He did this with the speed of a boxer, sweat pouring down his face. It was chaos, a constant battle against physics. He wasn't baking. He was fighting a war against a broken machine. And miraculously, the bread came out perfect. But to anyone watching through the window, it looked like passion. Elias's bread was delicious. Crispy crust, soft interior. People lined up around the block. They didn't see the broken oven. They only saw Elias's sweat. They whispered, "Look at how hard he works." That is the secret ingredient. Years went by. Elias hired apprentices, young men and women eager to learn. They watched Elias's chaotic dance. They watched him rotate the trays every 8 minutes, panic in his eyes. And they thought, this is how greatness is made. They didn't ask about the thermostat. They simply mimicked the struggle. When Elias finally retired, he left the bakery to his head apprentice, a man named George. George was proud. He wanted to honor the legacy. In the employee handbook, George wrote in bold ink, "The golden rule: rotate trays every 8 minutes. Airflow turbulence is the soul of the flavor." He turned a temporary fix into a sacred philosophy. The struggle wasn't a necessity anymore. It had become a religion. Fast forward to the present day. The bakery is now a franchise. Elias Artisan Bread. It's a sleek, modern operation. Stainless steel counters, digital timers, and brand new industrial smart ovens. These ovens are perfect. They have sensors that regulate heat to within a fraction of a degree. They can bake while you sleep. But if you look into the kitchen, you will see something strange. You will see 5 bakers, running, sweating, panicking. Every 8 minutes, a buzzer sounds. They manually override the oven's automation. They yank open the doors, letting the heat escape, and frantically rotate the trays. They shift the racks and spin the loaves. They are exhausted. They have back problems at age 25. Why? Because the employee handbook says, Step 4, the Elias rotation, essential for texture. They are using 1950s panic to operate modern technology. They are working twice as hard to solve a problem,
that hasn't existed for 70 years.
One day, a new intern named Maya started. Maya wasn't a master baker. She was just efficient. She watched the chaos for a week. She watched the bakers sprinting. She watched the perfect digital display on the smart ovens reading a steady 350 degrees. During the lunch break, while the other bakers collapsed in the alley, scrolling on their phones with dead eyes, Maya stayed inside. She took a tray of dough. She put it in the oven. She set the timer. And she sat down. She read a book. She drank a coffee. She didn't touch the tray. When the timer beeped, she pulled the bread out. The head baker rushed in, horrified. "You didn't rotate it," he shouted. "It's going to be ruined. You didn't suffer enough for it." He sliced the bread open. Silence filled the kitchen. The crumb was perfect. The crust was golden. It was identical to the loaves made with suffering. Maya looked at the exhausted team and said softly, "You guys aren't baking. You're just remembering a broken oven." The room fell dead silent. The realization hit them like a punch. Their exhaustion wasn't productive. It was just a habit. This story isn't about bread. It is about you. Look at your life right now. Look at the things that exhaust you. How many of us are rotating the trays in our careers, working 14-hour days, answering emails at midnight, not because the job requires it, but because we had a boss 10 years ago who was never satisfied? How many of us create drama in our relationships, fighting and pushing away love, not because the relationship is bad, but because we grew up in a chaotic home and peace feels suspicious to us? We act busy because we are terrified of being still. We think that if we aren't suffering, we aren't worthy. We are solving problems that were fixed a long time ago. You are driving yourself into the ground trying to compensate for a broken oven that isn't even there anymore. Your tools have changed. Your life has changed. But your mindset is still trapped in the panic of the past. Before you go, ask yourself one question. What am I still doing just because it used to be hard? If something comes to mind, leave one word in the comments. And if you're ready to stop running and start choosing with awareness, subscribe to Tales of Life and Wisdom. You're not late. You're just finally aware.